If you want a business credit card but don't have the best personal credit, you're in luck. In today's video, I'll go over 7 business cards for those with less than perfect credit. In fact, even if you don't have a business and haven't made money yet, it is still possible for you to get a business credit card. What's up, winners? My name is Nam. If you're new here, welcome. Here we talk all things personal finance and credit. Start now by subscribing so you don't miss out on any future videos. So first off, why should you even get a business card? There are numerous reasons on why you should get a business credit card, so let me name some off. One of the biggest reasons on why you should get a business credit card is to keep your finances separate. Commingling of personal and business expenses typically is a red flag if you ever get audited by the IRS. Having a separate business card just makes tracking expenses easy, and it makes it much more simpler when tax time comes around. Business credit typically does not affect your own personal credit. Since we're dealing with business credit cards, the majority of these cards have no effect on your personal credit whatsoever when you apply. Most on the list will only do a soft pull, so this will not have any negative effects to your credit. Also, business card utilization does not affect your personal, meaning that you can have balances and it will not account against you. Again, whether it's personal or business cards, I would not recommend holding balances for an extended period of time since interest will add up. However, most business credit cards do have a personal guarantee, so if there are any delinquencies to your business credit cards, such as being late, it will affect your personal credit. Some cards are based on the business rather than the individual. So the majority of the cards on the list will be based on the business rather than the individual. That's why most of these do not do a hard inquiry on your own personal credit. This is especially important for businesses looking to get business credit if their personal credit is not doing too well. So for the majority of cards that I will be listing, they will require you to be a US-based business, operating inside of the US, and have a threshold of revenue every single month. But if you're looking for business credit that doesn't look at your business, then you may have to start rebuilding your credit once again. Because to get access to credit cards with the big banks, they typically will require you to have good to excellent personal credit. Now let's get right into the list. So the first card that I will be discussing will be the revenued business card. So with this card, your approval will be based on your business revenue, not your credit score. Additionally, there is no minimum FICO credit score that is required. What makes this cool is because they don't make approval decisions based on your credit. They actually can offer you 5 to 10 times the limits that you see on other cards, even if you have subprime credit. At the making of this video, if you were to apply for this card, you will get $500 back after spending $5,000 within the first 3 months, which comes out to be about 10% ROI, which is not too bad for most business cards out there. You also get 3% cash back on every single card purchase without category restrictions. Now, the 3% cash back on every card purchase, that's a game changer, because I really don't think that there are any business cards out there that are that generous unless it's for a specific category. So hopefully they'll keep this perk for the long term. In addition to this being a business card, they do have another feature called a flex line. The way a flex line works is when swiping is not an option or you prefer getting cash. You can just log into your revenue account online or on the app and request a cash withdrawal directly into your business bank account. You can check the available balance online when you request a cash withdrawal. Now, let's talk about the eligibility. Because their approvals are based on business revenue, you have to already be an established business, so no startups. You have to be an operational US business for at least 6 months or more. You have to have a separate business bank account with no more than 3 negative balances each month, plus you gotta have at least $10,000 or more in deposit volume each month. Some of the things that you have to make note of is that you cannot be a sole proprietor and you cannot be a financial services company or a law firm. And lastly, this card is available to all US states except Michigan. Now let's go over to our next card, which will be Capital on Tap. So with this credit card, you can get up to a $50,000 credit line, and they only do a soft inquiry during the application process. So currently with this card, you can get $200 back if you spend $15,000 within the first 3 months, which it is better than nothing. $15,000 worth of spend is still relatively high. Some of the other perks that come along with this card is that you can actually earn 1.5% cash back on all of your expenses, which is actually pretty good because there are some other credit cards that offer much more, but 1.5% is pretty decent and on par with most business credit cards. You also get 0 annual fee, no foreign transaction fees or ATM fees, and unlimited free cards for your employees. They do have a variable interest rate, which ranges anywhere between 9.99% all the way up to 34.99%. Now, let's talk about the eligibility. Based on their website, they're looking for active businesses that have been running for more than 6 months, have at least $2,500 per month in revenue, and make money mostly from selling goods or providing services. If you are a sole prop, charity or nonprofit, or a trust or a fund, you cannot currently get this card. The next card that we will be going over will be the Divi Corporate Visa. Divi is also a fintech company that helps businesses by extending lines of credit and helping them spend smarter and save time through their expense management corporate card duo. This card will also only do a soft inquiry and it has no annual fee. There's actually 2 routes that you can take. There's a prepaid account, like a spend account, or a credit line. But let's focus on the credit line. So the way this card works is kind of like a charge card, meaning that you cannot maintain a balance on this card. The rewards that you can get varies depending on how often you pay off your balance. You can pay on a weekly, semi-monthly, or a monthly basis. For instance, if you were to pay on a weekly basis, you earn 7x at restaurants. But if you were to pay on a monthly basis, you want to earn 2x. Aside from the rewards and the credit line, Divi is an expense management platform. This is where businesses will get more value. This allows you to create budgets, expense reports, and give permissions to different card holders. You also have full control over virtual cards and cards that you give to your employees. Now, let's talk about the eligibility. So before, they used to require you to be a registered business such as an LLC or a corporation, but now they're extending credit lines to sole proprietor as well. So the key things that Divi looks during the underwriting process is your bank statements and balance sheets or tax returns within the past 2 years. Additionally, one thing that I do like about Divi is that if you're unable to qualify for the credit line right away, you automatically qualify for a credit builder account. So this allows you to treat your account as a spend account, meaning that you can deposit money into your business bank account, then from there you would just use the account as you normally would, and in turn, this will build your business credit. Then once you have built enough business credit and they see you as a trustworthy customer, then they can extend you a business line of credit. So this company is also an excellent choice if you're looking to build your business credit. Now moving on to our next card, which will be the Ramp Corporate Credit Card. At a glance, this is a corporate charge card that does not have an annual fee, earns 1.5% cash back, net 30 terms, and has a robust expense management platform that you can track your spending. These expense management platforms are extremely popular amongst the startup community. This allows you to have a complete control of how you and your team spends money. It's been reported that Ramp Partner Rewards can save you upwards of $175,000. While I do not think this would be likely, but I would think you would save anywhere between a few hundred, if not a few $1,000s with any of their partners. For example, you can save on Amazon Web Services, Google Ads, and many other business integrations. Now, the qualifications to get approved with Ramp is that there is no credit checks or personal guarantees, but they only extend business credit lines to companies that are incorporated in your state. This means LLCs, partnerships, and corporations. So if you are a sole prop, you would not qualify. Their target audience is a little bit different because they require businesses to have at least $75K in their bank account, but $250,000 is preferred to get automatically approved. Like other companies, they tend to focus more on the business rather than the individual, so if your company is in good financial standing, Ramp is something that you may want to look into. The card that we will be talking about next will be the Capital One Spark Classic for Business. Now with this credit card, you will have the best approval odds if your credit is in the good credit range, anywhere between 670 and above. But word on the street is that individuals with credit scores as high as 620 have been able to get approved for this credit card. So with this credit card, it is pretty straightforward. You can have 1% cash back rewards on all of your purchases. There's no annual fee or foreign transaction fees. Moving on to our next company, which is Torpago. This is a relatively fintech company that was formed back in 2019. So this card is very similar to the previous fintechs since it provides businesses with corporate cards and an expense management system. As for the rewards with this card, it is fairly simple. You would just get 1% cash back on every dollar spent. Since this is a charge card that's tailored towards businesses, whenever you apply, there's no personal guarantee or deposit that is required. They underwrite you a credit line that's based on the cash that you have in your bank, spending patterns, and your business history. Also, if you are a sole prop, you are also welcome to sign up. Even though you have to plug in your personal social security number, this is just for verification purposes only, and they will not do a hard inquiry during the application. The next company that we will be covering will be Citizens Bank. They actually got 2 credit cards that you can apply for. There's the Everyday Points Business and the Business Platinum MasterCard. With the Everyday Points, you get a little bit more rewards, such as 1.5% cash back on every dollar that you spend on this card. Additionally, at an added bonus, you can get 0% APR on purchases within the first 6 months. For the Business Platinum, this will just give you a lower interest rate, and for the first 12 months, there will be a 0% APR, then after that, your interest rate will just be variable. So this company is actually a bank and not a fintech company, but based on my own personal data points and many others, they will only do a soft pull whenever you apply for the business credit cards. But what they really focus on is how long you've been in a business for and your revenue. There has been many data points that show that it may not even require proof of income or bank statements, so your mileage may vary. On the other hand, there has been some other people who had to show 3 months worth of bank statements just to get approved. So as an added bonus, I wanted to throw in the Sam's Club Business Credit Card. The process is gonna be a little bit more complex, so you gotta stay with me here. There's actually 2 versions for this card. There's a store credit card where you can only use it at Sam's Club, plus they also have a MasterCard where you can just use it wherever you want. This is actually one of the few cards on the list where you can apply with just your business credit and not require a personal credit check. So there is no personal guarantee with this credit card. But as a side note, this will only work if you already have established business credit with Experian Business. If not, then you may have to personally guarantee your application. So whenever you want to apply for this credit card, just make sure that you have all of your documentation ready in the store. You gotta make sure that your business is registered with the Secretary of State, and you also have to have your EIN number. It is best to apply for this credit card once you have around 5 to 7 trade lines on your business credit report, especially on Experian Business. If not, then you may not have enough information to qualify without a personal guarantee. The reason why it is best to apply in person is that you can tell the person who is accepting the application to only run it using your EIN number. So if you don't live near Sam's Club, then this may be a little bit more of a hassle for you since you have to do it in person. Out of all the business cards that I did list, which one is your favorite? So let me know in the comments. Getting a business credit card without relying on your personal credit can be a little bit difficult, but there are plenty of services out there that focuses on the business rather than your personal credit. If you'd like to support the channel, I do have affiliate links down in the description below. If you guys want to know more about business credit, come hang out with me some more over here.